The years have passed, but the need to remember has not faded in a Rockland County community.
50 years ago today, March 24th, 1972, 5 students died when their school bus was struck by a freight train. CBS 2's Tony Aiello was at today's anniversary commemoration.
A heartfelt ceremony commemorated one of the worst days in Rockland County history, when many here were just teenagers.
It seems like yesterday sometimes.
March 24th, 1972, Nyack School Bus 596, rushing across the tracks, struck by a freight train. 5 students killed, 40 more injured. It was a day of heartbreak.
Papers flying. My daughter remembers the papers flying.
And it was a day of heroism by Joan Fitzgerald and many others.
Well, I went out there to help, of course, after I called the police.
The Fitzgerald family lived here on 3rd Street in Congers, just steps from the train tracks. Mrs. Fitzgerald, a mother of 7, ran to help injured students on the bus.
Pull them to safety and evaluate their injuries. Make splints out of whatever we could find.
Another neighbor who ran to that nightmarish scene to help the children was a Mrs. Tarico. She spoke with CBS 2 50 years ago.
And then I told my children to get some blankets from the house here, and I ran down with the blankets, and there were 2 of my neighbors down there, and we started covering up these kids.
People were driving to our backyard to get there, taking cars to pick up the kids and bring them to the hospital because there wasn't enough ambulances.
Nyack hospital teams performed 17 life-saving surgeries in 4 hours. William Thompson survived with serious injuries. The day changed his life in multiple ways.
And most importantly, my wife Kim, who came to help me 50 years ago as a volunteer candy striper that day.
The crash also inspired big improvements in school bus safety.
And shockingly, it was determined that school buses were far flimsier than typical passenger buses used by the public at the time.
50 years later, buses and railroad crossings are safer, and 5 young lives have not been forgotten. In Congers, Rockland County, Tony Aiello, CBS 2 News.